What is up, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be breaking down a run defense that I'm actually going to be using a little bit more to stop all the popular meta formations. So in today's playbook, we're going to be in the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive playbook, taking a step back from the blitzes. There's a blitz coming soon. Don't worry, it'll be coming out this week. There's just a few little kinks I got to work out of it. So we'll be doing that probably this Thursday is kind of the plan, to get a video on Saturday, another blitz as well. So nickel triple, okay? Lots of information in here. Pay attention, lock in, grab your phone, grab notepad, grab some popcorn. Let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost is personnel. This is an important part of this defense, okay? We want our two safeties to be hard hitters, okay? We want them to knock out some people. And then over the top, or I guess that'd be linebackers, okay? Safeties, linebackers. Who uses linebackers anymore? Over the top in our safety position, speed. Okay, Perry Nickerson, for some reason, he magically reappeared in the roster. He's going to be playing up there, and then Josh Jackson is as well. Now, I do have Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos playing at linebacker because they knock people out. Okay, that's all I need them to do. Now, we also want to run with auto flip turned on. Let me give you guys a warning and a piece of advice real fast. If you're facing somebody that is going into I-form wing, strong tight, whatever it may be, I-form tight included, have auto flip turned off because it does not recognize for some reason the strong side of the field. So you want to run it with two tight ends turned off, with one tight end on the field if it's like an I-form close, strong close, I-form slot, etc. Have it turned on. Okay, so with that out of the way, we're going into nickel triple, and we're going back into the nickel blitz. Yeah, this is a good blitz. It's an amazing blitz that you can basically get to blast somebody in a second and a half, but it's also actually really good run defense. So nickel blitz is what we're going to be using, and we're going to go ahead and face off Power O, the infamous Power O. Everybody loves this run. Now, this run defense, it's easy. It requires two things: show blitz, spy your user. Now, with that being said, yeah, it may seem very simple, but the user is the key part of this, okay? Now, I also want to mention, if you're facing somebody that's running an RPO, do not spy your user. You want to blitz your user, and when you blitz your user, pay attention to the gap that he is going to automatically shoot, okay? You notice how we're just barely to the outside of the left hip of that defensive tackle, how it changes from the A gap on the opposite side of where we are to the B gap on the same side of where we are. If you're facing an RPO player, you need to get the positioning down correctly, and you must blitz your user. Do not spy because you get stuck in quicksand, and do not leave yourself manned up to the running back because, again, you get stuck in quicksand. Now, I'm not going to worry about RPOs in this video. I'm going to be honest right now. This run defense is not the best for RPOs, but if you've got a decent user and you want to go ahead and drop that safety into spy, it's doable, okay? I'm not going to go out and say this is better than big nickel. This is just another variation of some run defense we can throw in there and add to your scheme as well. Now, for Power O, I'm going to go ahead and spy my user because this is a non-RPO play. What we're going to do is simply just shoot straight down through that B gap, okay? You guys will see kind of what opens up, and what we're going to be doing. We'll be taking on the pull and guard and essentially getting outside leverage to where we can reach for the running back and tackle him in the backfield. So we'll snap the ball. I'm going to try my best and use right here. You guys can kind of see what I was talking about. We essentially can either get stuck on a baby block and still reach for him, or we get a disengage like that and then get him in the backfield. So again, it's simple. Show blitz, spy your user. Don't even slant your D-line. Don't do anything with it. Just leave it as is and snap the ball and shoot straight down to the B gap. Again, you guys can see right there, kind of shooting in. The safety comes off the edge, wraps him from behind. We stuff him in the backfield. Loss of yards. Consistent. Now, this is adding on to RPOs. Okay, we're kind of bouncing back and forth. If you're running an RPO, you need to blitz that safety that's off of the edge. Again, non-RPOs, leave them manned up. RPOs, blitz them. If it's a non-RPO, you can't blitz, but you do run the risk of maybe them throwing to the halfback out of the backfield on like a wheel route, an out route, a swing route, or whatever it may be. So there's just some risks and rewards to that, but again, consistent. Now, let's just go into HB lead dive. Huge thing right here. I want you guys to notice what just happened on the defense. This is a huge telltale of what run they are running. Now, they could audible to the stretch or the power O again, and those guys will not come down to the gaps. But as soon as they audible to an ISO, a dive, or any kind of inside run under center, they automatically drop out of that gap and the safety shifts over to what looks like more of an inside third and now kind of looks like a cover 3. And that is only for inside runs. So now we know it is a dive. And of course, remember, they could still potentially audible back to a stretch or a power O. But because of this telltale, we are now going to go ahead and shoot straight down through the A gap and take on the fullback and allow the safety to kind of get freed up and make a play for us. So we'll snap this ball. We'll shoot straight down through the A gap. You can see the safety comes off the edge, gets him in the backfield. If they manage to get through the hole, this safety right here is going to make a play for us instead. So again, show blitz. This is going to be HB lead dive. Watch what happens. Look at that. They go ahead and shift out of the gap. The safety shifts in. We're going to spy our user. Let's blitz the safety off the edge, and we're just going to fill the holes. So snap the ball. You can see right there, filling the A gap. And that time gets a little lucky because our guy misses his tackle altogether. Maybe have a little bit faster person right there and you make a play a lot better. But again, it's all about filling the void. If you notice that the blocks are hot on that side of the field, maybe you need to fill a different side A gap. Okay, just kind of read what the offense is giving them and just fill where needed. So right there, we can go ahead and just see right there, bang. That time, stuffing in the backfield, kind of just swerving out the offensive lineman. Carrying over from last year, you guys can kind of do a little loop, and it dumbs out the offensive lineman to get straight through him. So kind of do something like this, except your player would actually be running at full sprint. You just go whoop, and then you'd be able to shoot straight down. I'm not the best at that, but again, that's kind of a way you guys can go about and get through in the backfield. Okay, so we're going to HB stretch, I form close. Again, reminder, leave auto flip turned on, show blitz. Notice if it's an I form, the linebacker's in the gap. If it's a power, the linebacker's in the gap. If they are going to audible to a dive, he will drop out of the gap and this safety will shift over to this direction to what looks like more of a cover 3 and do something like that. Now, same thing as last time with the power. We're going to spy our user. We're going to blitz the safety off the edge, kind of just make him trail him from behind. So if he tries to bounce it back to the inside, he's not going to go anywhere. And we're just going to come shoot straight down. Okay, you see the gap that kind of opens up right there. We're getting a little hung up right there, but there's a gap for us to shoot. It's the A gap. Get him from behind for a loss of yards. Let's go and do that one more time. Blitz safety, spy your user, and just kind of cheat to the inside, right? Cheat to the inside. You can see right there, bang, getting him in the backfield for a loss of 4 yards. You guys can see it's easy run defense. It requires 2 adjustments behind it. And again, as a reminder, if they are running RPOs, you probably want to go ahead and start dropping the safety into a spy. Be careful with RPOs because sometimes even if you put the safety in a spy, he just, I don't know, he does nothing, but he'll stand there. And this is included with run defense for just a straight up man. He will also sometimes just stand there. So if you need to bring him down and play a little bit more aggressive than a spy, consider putting him on a blitzing assignment instead. Again, all these have their drawbacks. All of them bring risks and rewards. Same thing as the big nickel over G. Same thing as the 3-3-5 wide. Risk, reward. Sometimes you just got to risk it for the biscuit, right? And pray for the best. So simple run defense. It's consistent. It works great against power. You guys can just shoot it straight in the backfield. You can shoot stretch straight in the backfield. Please practice this. Get used to the positioning because if you're out of position, you're giving up a huge gain. If you're in the right spot, you're meeting them at the line or you're meeting them in the backfield. It's easy. It requires 2 adjustments. It's only in 3 playbooks. Let me get that out there. Bears, Ravens, Steelers. No other playbook out there has the nickel triple. So if you guys want a blitzing formation that's great against the pass, I can send the heat, and you want something that's decent against the run, well, be sure you check out those playbooks. And until next time, guys, check out these other 2 videos. We've got one on the nickel triple blitz. Right now, it's actually the same formation, same play, but it's got some serious heat out of it. So this has been T Meister. See ya.